Nobody was supposed to be scared of the Indianapolis Colts. 2 years of hovering around 500, a fan base with the least optimism in the entire league, and a quarterback room that looked like a long-term problem, not a solution. But in 2025, something changed. Under Shane Steichen, the Colts have gone from an afterthought in the AFC to the team that nobody wants to see on their schedule. The offense is a buzzsaw. The defense just added one of the best corners in football, and Daniel Jones, of all people, is suddenly leading the league in passing for a team that looks like a legitimate Super Bowl threat. There's nothing fluky about this hot start. This is a contender that almost nobody saw coming. Shane Steichen's Colts are way scarier than you think. Here's why. We'll start by talking about the man in charge of this operation, third-year head coach Shane Steichen. Steichen made his name in the league as the offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles, where he played a huge role in the development of Jalen Hurts and helped turn around the fortunes of the entire offense. During his time in Philly, Steichen transformed the Eagles from the 26th best offense in football to the 3rd best. And, unsurprisingly, this attracted the attention of the Colts, who wanted him in the top job in Indianapolis. Steichen built a reputation as one of the many up-and-coming young offensive minds in football, and the Colts organization were eager to see if he could recreate the same offensive magic that had taken Philly to the Super Bowl back in 2022. Just as important, however, was the need for a culture shift in the organization. The 2022 Colts had fallen apart down the stretch, as the team finished the season 4-12, which included the biggest blown lead in NFL history, losing 39-36 to the Vikings after holding a 33-point lead. It was clear that interim coach Jeff Saturday wasn't the answer, and that the new head coach would have a real job on his hands to turn things around. But thankfully, the Colts found the right man for the job. From the get-go, Shane Steichen has looked like a leader in Indianapolis, beginning with his introductory press conference in February of 2023. In that presser, he talked about his 4 pillars of coaching: character, preparation, consistency, and relentlessness.
I want to build this thing on 4 pillars. Our culture is going to be built on 4 pillars, and one's going to be character. Character is very important to me. We want to treat people with respect, and we want to feed the positive and weed out the negative. And number 2 is the preparation. I truly believe this. The separation in this league is in the preparation. How we prepare as a football team and an organization Monday through Saturday will ultimately dictate the outcome of a football game. Now, is it going to guarantee us a victory? No, but it's going to give us a fighting chance, I promise you that. And number 3 is consistency. We got to be consistent, and it starts with us as coaches, being consistent with our message to the players and tell them exactly how we want it to look and how we want it to be done. And number 4 is relentless. We got to be relentless in our pursuit to be the best. The best players, the best coaches I've been around are obsessed with their craft, and that's what we want to build here, and that's what we want to get done.
Whilst it might not have been obvious at the time, this was step 1 on Steichen's journey to changing the culture of this team. And indeed, this entire franchise. In Steichen's first 2 seasons as Colts head coach, the team went 9-8, then 8-9, ultimately failing to make the playoffs in either season. But there were signs of progress throughout, and now in year 3, the rest of the league is able to see what Steichen was building this whole time. The togetherness this roster has is perhaps unmatched across the league. As All-Pro linebacker Zaire Franklin puts it, this team's got grit. And I'll just tell you straight up, this team believes in each other. They love each other, and I think that shows up in the toughest moments. Steichen agrees 100%, saying, "I think they're playing together. I think everyone's dialed in every day. Like I said, they're playing for one another. The camaraderie is great. You can feel it in this building." The team really feels like it's built different, and they have a potential to do serious damage to any team in the league. They have the belief, the mindset, and the character that wasn't there before Shane Steichen arrived. They also have the talent. This Colts offense has torn the league up this year, averaging 32.1 points per game as the league's #1 scoring offense. Of course, part of this is down to the coaching of Steichen and offensive coordinator Jim Bob Cooter, whose offensive scheming and play designs have really unlocked the potential of this offense. Then, it's important to hand out a heavy dose of credit to the surprise story of this NFL season, Colts quarterback Daniel Jones. Jones was often a figure of fun during his time with the New York Giants, and he was rarely impressive with that franchise, compiling a record of 24, 44, and 1. and a passer rating of 84.3 during his 6 seasons there, comfortably below the league average. As a result, the Colts' decision to sign him this season certainly raised eyebrows across the league, with many assuming that his days as an NFL starter were numbered. But so far this year, Jones has been excellent and looks like a player totally reborn. Through 10 games, he leads the league in passing yards with 2,659, and his passer rating is over 100, for the best of his career by far. Crucially, he's a colossal upgrade on Anthony Richardson, who had a generationally bad campaign in 2024 under center. Jones has excelled in this system, making plays with his legs and delivering the ball with efficiency and confidence in the passing game, which is something he did not do in New York. One of the main reasons behind this is that he has plenty of options to throw to in this offense. Michael Pittman Jr. has been a top option for all of the previous 8 quarterbacks he's caught passes from in the last 5 years, and remains a supremely reliable chain mover. It is rookie Tyler Warren that's the team's leading receiver at the moment, entering the Week 11 bye with 617 yards and 3 touchdowns. He has absolutely lived up to his pre-draft hype, showing his clutch genes when pulling in the all-important 4th and 2 conversion against the Falcons in Week 10. Behind him comes Alec Pierce at 585 yards, but with him having played only 8 games, he is actually the Colts' most productive receiver on a per-game basis. One reason behind this is that his 20.9 average yards per reception leads the entire NFL. Between Pierce operating as one of the NFL's best deep threats, Tyler Warren being an ideal safety blanket, and even Josh Downs chipping in as a top-tier slot receiver, Jones has so many options to make plays. This group is a nightmare for opposing defenses. But if you can deal with this Colts passing attack, you still have to deal with Jonathan Taylor. Taylor is the best running back in football right now, and he's been causing havoc ever since he entered the league. His 15 rushing touchdowns lead the league, and he's already achieved his 4th 1,000-yard season. Now, his target is the elusive 2,000, and maybe an MVP award. Taylor is a phenomenal athlete, and such an important part of how this team operates due to his immense durability and his constant potential to rip off huge plays. But as good as he is, he wouldn't be able to reach those heights without the best offensive line in the league. Led by 7-time Pro Bowler Quentin Nelson, this offensive line is a superb unit and responsible for so much of what this offense does right. They create lanes for Taylor to burst through and create time for the receivers to get open by giving Daniel Jones clean pockets. If everyone on this offense can stay healthy, there's no reason why this team can't maintain this all year and end up as football's very best offense. On top of that, the defense is holding up their end of the bargain as well. Through 10 weeks, this is the league's 8th best scoring defense on a per-game basis, a substantial improvement on last season where they ranked 24th out of 32. Led by the likes of Zaire Franklin, Leatu Latu, and DeForest Buckner, this is already one of the league's most robust defensive units, coached well by DC Lou Anarumo. But with just one move at the trade deadline, this defense went to the next level. The addition of cornerback Sauce Gardner from the New York Jets was a huge move for this Colts roster, and for the franchise as a whole. The trade comes at a cost to the Colts of 2 first-round draft picks and receiver Adonai Mitchell, but the upside is the acquisition of one of the league's very best cornerbacks, who has been a superstar since the day he entered the league in 2022. Guys like Gardner usually aren't available at the trade deadline, and the Colts have made a huge statement of intent here. This is a real warning shot to the rest of the league that they mean business, that they recognize they are in a championship window and they are willing to spend major draft capital in order to ensure they make the most of it. He also bolsters one of the few areas of weakness they had on the roster, as the Colts' pass defense has struggled at times this year. Prior to the trade, Indy ranked 26th in passing yards allowed on the season. A 2-time All-Pro corner like Gardner should go a long way in fixing that, even just by his presence on the field, as he dares quarterbacks to throw his way. Gardner, like Daniel Jones before him, seems happy to be free of a dysfunctional organization in New York, and has already spoken about his excitement to join this juggernaut Colts team.
You know, it's a great group of guys already here, and that's what makes it even more special, like a dominant offense, dominant defense, and, you know, I'm just grateful to be a part of something special that they were already building here, and, you know, I look to just add a lot on and off the field here.
To add an elite all-pro corner is one thing, but to add one who seems to fit seamlessly into the culture of this franchise is another. Once Charvarius Ward returns from injury, this Colts secondary becomes a seriously scary prospect for any offense trying to pick them apart. Going into this season, many were down on the Colts, including their own fans. The Athletic ran a preseason poll that showed Colts fans were the least optimistic in the entire NFL, with just 7% of Colts fans having an optimistic view for the season ahead. But inside the Colts organization, it appears things were very different. Like we've said, the culture in this building is just different in the Steichen era. This is a team full of leaders and full of confidence, with the likes of Zaire Franklin and Kenny Moore II at the very heart of this. These guys have been with this franchise through some very lean years, but now they're at the forefront of a special team, and they seem totally determined to keep the good times flowing right now. Speaking on the addition of Sauce Gardner, Franklin said, "That was probably the best good morning we got in the team meeting since I've been here, at least. It's definitely great energy, just knowing that the organization and management just believe in what you got going on. You want to make them right." But more importantly than the team discussing the energy in the building and the belief they have in each other is the results they deliver on the field on Sundays. And on the field, the belief is palpable, as this is a team that fights to the end in every game. In the Week 2 matchup at home to the Denver Broncos, they battled back from 28 to 20 down to get the win. We saw something similar in the 31-27 win over the Arizona Cardinals, in a game where the Colts didn't have everything going their way, but still found a way to win when it mattered most. In that one, Jones led the team on a 65-yard touchdown drive before the defense held firm late in the game to see it out. Add in a dramatic overtime win over the Falcons in Week 10, and you get a battle-tested Colts team that has won in so many different ways. This is a team that's in win-now mode and has just made the blockbuster trade to prove it. Everyone in the building seems to be on the same page, from new hands-on owner Sauce Gardner to general manager Chris Ballard to head coach Shane Steichen. Right now, there are leaders all over this team, on and off the field, and they look like a serious threat to go all the way to Santa Clara and play in Super Bowl 60. It's taken a couple of years to get his vision across and to get the players he needs in, but now, in 2025, Shane Steichen has built the Colts team he always wanted. The offense is an absolute buzzsaw, from Jonathan Taylor's brilliance on the ground to Daniel Jones' controlled yet explosive passing. Now, the already impressive defense is about to hit the next level, with Sauce Gardner bringing his skill set and swagger to Indiana. This is a team almost without weakness, and a team that has to be taken very seriously as a contender. The rebuild in Indianapolis is complete. These Colts are scarier than you think. But can they go all the way? Let us know in the comments.